Hello, today we have the MG Gloster BlackStorm edition with us, and what we are going to do is to give you a short run through of all its pros and cons. I'll try to keep the video short because it's raining outside. So let's check all the pros first and then we'll move out to the cons. But before I start, let me request you to please like this video, share it with your friends, comment down your thoughts on it, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Well, the first pro of the Gloster BlackStorm edition has to be the way it looks. Let me tell you that in this black color, it looks really stealthy and really unique in my opinion. Thanks to this new mesh grille, it looks rather bold, and these red inserts on the LED headlights are my particular favorite. You also get to see some red highlights on the lower part of the bumper, whereas all the chrome bits have been now de-chromed and only a single stripe of chrome can be seen on the rear part of the tailgate and some on the Fox exhaust pipes as well. But other than that, it looks really cool in my opinion, and specifically these 19-inch alloy wheels along with red brick calipers are also an eyesight to behold. Well, the second point is the overall interior quality and the premium quotient of this particular SUV. Let me tell you that since this is a BlackStorm edition, it comes with an all black interior, whereas the regular Gloster comes with a brown Dakota leatherette finish that looks also good in my opinion, but this gives it a sense of premiumness and upmarket feel. Everywhere you touch, it is a soft touch leatherette finish. The lower part of the console also gets some faux carbon fiber finish that looks tacky in my opinion, but overall uplifts the cabin ambience. The steering wheel is very small and very snubby, and also gets a matte leather finish and with red stitching of course. It looks really good, and so is the instrument cluster that comes with a semi-digital layout. It gets a 7-inch large screen in the middle, and that is there to assist you with all the ADAS features along with other Tiptronic features like the TPMS and all the telltale lights, whereas this touchscreen infotainment system is really large and it looks good too, although I would have really appreciated if it had a better response because it feels kind of laggy sometimes, and I'll talk about that in the cons section as well. But overall, if we talk about features as well, this comes with a lot of features. As you can see, it gets 3-zone climate control, it gets a host of terrain modes and a large panoramic sunroof along with a really good sense of space on the inside. Well, the third pro has to be the overall space on the inside. I am currently in the second row and the front seat is adjusted to my driving position, and I stand 6 feet tall, and still I have got acres of knee space and acres of foot space as well. And overall the sense of space is also really good thanks to this large panoramic sunroof and these chunky windows as well. I would have really preferred if MG had given some kind of window curtains or shades just to keep the sun out when it's really harsh outside, but that has been given a miss, and you can always look out for aftermarket options. But overall, you get a lot of amenities as well. We get seat back pockets, we get a 3-zone climate control over here along with some charging options on the lower part as well. There is one problem with this whole cabin is that you cannot get any Type-C charging facility in this whole cabin, even on the front and in the second row as well. So that is a kind of an issue for someone who's using modern smartphones. But other than that, I am really happy to report that the overall quality levels, even for the rear, is also good because you get a lot of soft touch materials on the door cards. So overall, in my opinion, if you want to be a chauffeur driven, the Gloster is one of the finest SUVs in its price segment. Now if you want to step into the third row of the Gloster, it is a fairly easy task. All you have to do is to slide the seat forward, and once you do that, this backrest goes behind and you can climb your way inside. And once you do that, you will realize that the space on the inside is generous even for a guy like me. So if I just put the seat back in its position where it was earlier, and now I've got a plenty of space to stretch my foot and my knee as well. And the headroom surprisingly is really good. I stand 6 feet tall as I told you earlier, and still there's a lot of headroom, and 2 people can easily fit in the rear as well. In terms of amenities as well, we get a couple of them. Firstly, we get a cup holder on either side, and we get these AC vents to make you feel cool, and the third bit is a LED cabin light on your head so you can read a book or maybe do something on your own. Now to show another pro of the Gloster, I've come to a off-beaten path, and that's where it truly shines because the ride quality of the Gloster is really good. I'm not saying that it is really stable. It moves a lot left to right because it is a body on frame SUV characteristic, but overall it is really plush, and no matter how big the bump is, it absorbs that perfectly fine. As you can see, I'm currently at a rocky patch, and it is gobbling up everything in its stride really well, and I'm not facing any head nod inside the cabin at all, and that is a really good thing to have at this price segment SUV. Well, the last pro for the MG Gloster BlackStorm edition has to be its price positioning. At Rs 43.08 lakh for the top spec model that this is, it offers a really good value, specifically when you compare it with the Fortuner, because it offers a lot of space and a lot more features as well. Well, the first con has to be this infotainment system. While it looks really good and feels large as well, the biggest problem is the quality of the 360-degree parking camera, which has to be one of the worst I've seen in any car for that matter. And since it is a very premium car, we cannot expect this kind of quality from a car that is costing upwards of Rs 43 lakh at showroom. Secondly, it also lacks wireless connectivity for both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We have seen that functionality in cheaper cars even below 8 lakh rupee price bracket, but this SUV even today lacks that feature, and it comes with a wide functionality. And by somehow, if you are an iPhone user, you will have to make way with some adapter or something, because there is no Type-C inclusion for the connectivity either. Now if we talk about the second pro, that is the overall performance from this SUV. Once you look out for the spec sheet, you will see that this produces a segment largest power, that is for 218 PS, but that doesn't translate to the real world. Even though it gets twin turbocharged setup, there's some amount of turbo lag that always nags you out, and while even you are reversing and doing all the maneuvers, you feel that there's a hint of turbo lag and it feels kind of lethargic while you are making your small maneuvers. But once you go off the line, it feels rather good to drive, but again, it's not nearly the benchmark that we commonly associate with the spec sheet, and I think that MG could have done a better job with the overall tuning of this particular engine and transmission. And if I talk about the transmission as well, even though it's really good to upshift, it takes a lot of time to downshift, specifically when you want to overtake in a hurried manner. Well, those are all the pros and cons for the MG Gloster BlackStorm edition from my end. But if you have any more in your mind, feel free to mention them in the comments below and let me know what do you think of this particular SUV. And like I requested you earlier, if you liked what you saw, please hit the like button and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, drive safe.